Alright everybody, so you just got done watching the time-lapse video of the CX500 Scrambler. And you know what? I thought it would be cool to do a making of type video showing you guys what I do with these videos, how I make them of course, and kind of the thought process behind them, coming from me, what I would always consider an amateur editor. So all I've ever done editing wise is what I have done for the channel. I kind of started from square one with that. And these time-lapse videos, along with a couple other ones that I do, are kind of the big videos where I put a lot of extra effort into them and try to make them as cool and engaging as possible. And so there's a lot of things to consider with them. So in this video, I want to kind of go through some of those things that I do consider and just kind of show you my thought process on it, maybe what comes organically, how I choose the music, how I choose where the music goes. And we'll just go from there. So let's kind of take a look at my editing software and kind of get started on this thing. Now here we are in my editing software. I use Filmora because I heard that it was kind of the most entry-level type system I could use. So I'm kind of 3 years strong in this thing, and I like it so far. Now this is still early on in the video edit. So what I've done so far is I've imported all of my clips. And so far with this video, without any of the kind of finished clips, just all the way up until building it, I have 407 individual little clips, which for me is quite a bit. So the way I have this is on various hard drives, you know, going to motorcycles, and then we got CX500 Scrambler, and then we have all of our individual folders. This is actually just a very minimal one. So the way I do this is I have just like all of these individual folders. So this is just all the folders I have for the bike. Open these things up, and then of course you have all of your individual video files. So I have to go through all of these individually and kind of re-review and make sure I can use certain clips and then go ahead and get them in the video. So one of the challenges I face is that you guys know that a lot of my videos, I talk a lot in them. So that means that I can't just do like full ASMR type videos when it comes down to like a time lapse or like a compilation. So that does add a great challenge. Now there's also a lot of clips that are shot in, let's say, time lapse form. Those have no audio either. So there's a lot of instances where I have to either mask the audio that I have, which is my voice, or I have to add audio such as music in the instances where I have some short clips that are in time lapse form. So a lot of people might get confused with that, like, why don't I just do ASMR, or why do I not just do music? I don't know, I'm just trying to make everybody happy here. But anyway, so far with this kind of video file, I have most of them imported, and then as of now, it's time to start shortening it down. Now with this video, I've imported everything as I've said, and right now that thing is sitting at 1 hour and 44 minutes long. Now it was 1 hour and 52, and I have been shortening it up. So you can see here, very early on, I have music up until like the 7-minute mark. So let's kind of expand this a little bit. So this is all the farther I've really edited. So how this works is I start kind of reviewing all of the clips, and then I start getting them all trimmed down, and then I finally have started adding music. So I have my first 2 songs down, and kind of sets the vibe and everything like that. I still have to do my intro, but I at least have kind of the pacing and the flow of the video already established. So once I get the first song in here, that kind of determines the rest of the video, and I like to try to, and how I like to break it up. So it's all really interesting stuff. Now looking at some of the music here, what I have to decide, or the way that I do this, is first I went and actually downloaded all of this individual music that I wanted to use for this video specifically. I've not used this in any other video. So this was kind of setting the mood. I wanted this one to be more, kind of a little bit more lo-fi, just really chill music. I wanted the audience to feel very relaxed watching this. So yeah, now that we have picked our first song, we went ahead and got this thing edited, and we have our second song in here. I had a little bit of fun with this one, and now it's time to kind of work on our third. So one issue I am running into, or one challenge I should say, so I've mentioned the ASMR portions. Now this entire section right here does have audio until you get to this section, which is just a time lapse. So there's no audio. Now it may only be, what, 10 seconds, something like that, but I do feel like it's an important clip in the story because it does explain the next step here on why I would be chiseling that section. So that's kind of a tough call. Do I kind of mix in some grinding audio and see if I can make that a filler, or do I go ahead and just start a new song in that section? So I really have to kind of be concerned about the storytelling and how it all flows together. Like, is this necessary info right here, or can I just go ahead and skip ahead? So like I said, I have full videos on how to do all of this. So as an example, you got your wheel assembly. So I have already made videos explaining all this. So is this completely necessary in a time lapse? You have to keep it kind of surface level, so to speak, but give people enough info to where they understand what's going on. But that is definitely one challenge. So now I have to kind of consider adding a song. I know it's gonna, I'm gonna add one eventually. So at that point, we just start listening to different tunes and see maybe what sounds good. That's how I figure it out. Now, on the topic of the music itself, I have a lot of fun with this. Whenever I start adding the music, that's when it really starts coming alive for me. So here we have kind of an outgoing transition, and right here I had some extra fun. I had the music actually start timed with that tap right there, and then from there I just kept it completely in sync like the band and had even more fun here. So not completely necessary, but you know what? We might as well match the audio up and sync it with the punches, with the little snaps in the song and stuff. But I probably, honestly, I probably overuse the kind of music, like cut to the song or cut to the beat. But you know what? I have fun with it, and I hope that translates. So on that specific topic, one of my favorite transitions I've ever done was actually in the CB750 time lapse. I had fired up a torch, so it had like a kind of a click as it ignites the flame, but I timed that with the music and a whole transition. It was a lot of fun. So, I get to geek out with that, but hopefully that kind of translates instead of being like, would be better without music. You kind of understand here, like the music is part of the video and it's part of the art that is the video, or at least I think it's art. It's my art. You guys may not like it, and that's okay. But at least I'm going to tell you how I make it and why. Alright, it has been a minute since I've probably updated the making of video, but we're chipping away at this time lapse here. And as we started, we had an hour and 52 minutes, and I've got it down to an hour 3 right now. And basically I'm at the 41-minute mark of being edited timestamp wise. So we're making progress. So as of now, I'm getting ready to start on the portion where I'm working on the skid plate. And by the time I get that block done, I will probably have shaved another potentially few minutes out of it. So there's absolutely hope after all that we could get this video under an hour. But overall, I went and downloaded a bunch more songs, and I'm feeling it. So the artist Dusty Dex, I've used a bunch of his stuff in the past, but man, I just like it fits the vibe of this video, and I'm really happy with the sound. So this is just like real chill, real relaxing, fun sound, but not too overpowering. So I'm trying to have, again, as I've mentioned, I'm trying to have a good balance, and my goal with this one is to definitely have a little bit of ASMR in it, but my main goal is for people to sit down and start this video, and by the end of it they feel lighter, they feel more relaxed, they feel possibly motivated, but I want them to have a good experience watching this, and hopefully that's the case. So I can only do so much. I'm not an editing wizard, but you know what, I like music, and I like cutting to the beat, so let's see how it goes. I'm feeling confident though. I really like this. I really like how this video is going to be turning out. Alright, got it down to 59 minutes 56 seconds. So just kind of finished editing the last like the last few minutes of this thing, last 5. So I think it's gonna turn out cool, but then I'm gonna go back through and edit kind of the front intro portion, and then we'll put in some text. This thing's gonna be pretty much wrapped up. All right, check 1 2, check 1 2, not check 1 2. I gotta get my voice warmed up because this is very difficult right now. This CX500 build started out as a basket case. This CX500 build started out as a basket. I am struggling today with like just my enunciation. I don't know why. Keep going here. Okay, cool. I can confidently say that I met these goals, which you will see if you stick around. I can say with confidence that I met these goals, which you will see if you I can confidently say that I met these goals, which you will see, so be sure to stick around until the end. Otherwise, let's get started with this epic build. Enjoy the video. Alright, I'm going to try to get one continuous, solid run through. Otherwise, let's get started with this epic build. Enjoy the video. One more time. This CX500 build started out as a basket case. Alright, well, the video, I think we're in the home stretch. I have this thing down to 58 minutes and 55 seconds. I got the last of my songs imported. I have the ending all trimmed down. Then I went ahead and shortened up the beginning, and I have my voiceover, and then this morning I went ahead and inputted all of my like text boxes and info boxes above the timeline. So I'm gonna do the final kind of watch right now. Got about an hour, so let's go ahead and sit down and see if I am entertained. And that's the ultimate test. So other than that, I think this video is pretty much done, and I think it's going to be pretty damn good. I'm really happy with the music and then the overall pacing and stuff. So it shows a lot in the video. There's still some stuff that you don't see that it's just impossible to cover in detail. But overall, I think I'm going to be very happy with this, and I think you guys are too. All right. Export. It's going to happen. All right, we are exporting. I've made the decision. Can't wait for you guys to watch this.